Hey, it is November 14th, and that makes it day 44, according to my calendar. Now I'm choosing to count it. And today, like today and yesterday in the last 24 hours, we were making some tough calls about Thanksgiving as a family with COVID in the United States, cases being on the rise. And I have a big family. I have 4 siblings, and 3 of them have partners, and 3 of them have kids in a way. And then a little sister, and I have parents that are older and have health problems, and we had originally planned to get together like idiots. And now realizing just how irresponsible that is, and that we shouldn't do that. But what has come up with it is realizing that as much as I think that I'm like a confrontational personality and that I don't mind confrontation, as the little sister, number 4 out of 5, I am definitely terrified of my older siblings and disappointing people, and I often feel like I'm the peacemaker in the family, and that plays into my eating disorder personality, which I guess is a thing. Maybe I should delve into more of, like, there are parts of my personality that are really because of my eating disorder, or things about my personality or being who I was in my family that made an eating disorder kind of the easier thing. In a lot of ways, it was like I was able to be a really easy person in the family, not cause a lot of problems by having my eating disorder on the side. And it didn't, like, I was sabotaging myself and I was harming myself, but I wasn't harming anybody else, and I wasn't creating problems for anybody. I realized that's a big part of being in a big family and not wanting to add to everybody's stress, so you don't actually bring up your own problems. And so now too, that kind of goes back into my vulnerability issues of, like, I don't bring up my own problems. I just try to fix it myself because I don't want to add to other people's problems. Which seems like also super self-righteous and like self-sacrificial, but I'm realizing it's not. It's just a way of protecting myself and not looking like the fucked up one or the screwed up one in the family. And all together, like, just being like the nice, pleasant, perfect-ish one. And so I go about managing people's expectations and not wanting to hurt any feelings, and, you know, being understanding of everyone. And my 2 sisters always saw me as like the peacemaker between the 2 of them because they didn't get along as well. And again, it's like I have no space to have my own problems, and so when I do and when I'm not doing well, I retreat back into my eating disorder, because there I can be my true self. There I can have my problems. There I can like manifest the issues, and then I'm not doing okay. But on the surface and with my family, it's like, no, I'm fine, and like I can be here and I can be easygoing, and, you know, whatever anybody needs me to be, I can be that. So right now I just realized, like I'm avoiding talking to my oldest sister, because she's gonna be super bummed out that we're not doing Thanksgiving at her place, and they're a little less sensitive, even though we're gonna be cautious. She's like, I'm just gonna disappoint her, and it's just really hard to disappoint her. And I think part of an eating disorder personality is that it's really hard to disappoint people, and so you self-harm in private so that you don't have to disappoint people. And I find that I get really sort of like conniving and manipulative in the way that I try to, like, protect people from disappointment. And so I do workarounds, or I create little excuses, or like, well, work just won't let me come, or instead of just saying, like, no, I don't feel comfortable with coming, and like bearing the consequences, or being able to be okay with the fact that someone might be disappointed with my decision, and someone might not like that I don't agree with them. And that is hard for me, because I do think that I can be confrontational when ultimately it comes to it. Like, if that's what needs to be, that what needs to be done. But I will kind of do everything else, because I don't want to disappoint me. I don't want to disappoint people. I don't want people to be mad at me, and I kind of want to be everything to everybody at all times. And that is so impossible, and that, like, so is what leads to an eating disorder, because you then self-sabotage, because that's not actually true. And so if you're always trying to be everything to everybody all the time, then you sacrifice yourself, and you can't actually be what you need in the moment. And I do think I want to be with my family. I don't think it's the smart thing to do, and so I need to own that decision on my own. And so learning to find my voice and be more confrontational and I think the eating disorder personality of trying to be everything to everybody and be presented as perfect. And this is an opportunity to maybe disappoint somebody, but doing it because it's what's best for me.